Hi guys, and welcome to another one of our Teboho Trust Team teaching strategy videos. So today it's a little strategy that's really effective and that I think all teachers use in their classrooms, and I'm sure you're familiar with it. We just want to make sure you're conscious of what it is you need to do when you're using it in Soweto. Okay, so out of all our strategies, today's one is think, pair, share, and how that kind of fits into working in a group. So think, pair, share is obviously a strategy where kids get to share their thoughts and their opinions and their ideas on a particular question. What's really important is a couple of little strategies that's going to make it more effective. Number one, make sure that your students know exactly what the question is that you are trying to get them to respond to. Okay? Otherwise you're going to get a lot of, but I don't, okay? So just make sure your question is short, sharp, and clear. Make sure you give time to think. It's not okay for the group to immediately start talking when you give them an opportunity. They have to take time to think. They then turn to the person next to them and share their response to the question that's been posed. And then within the group, they're going to share in the bigger group what they've been chatting about. Here's the tip, here's the trick. When you first present to them the idea of the think, pair, share, make sure they know that when it comes to sharing in the group, they will be sharing their partner's ideas. Okay? So if I'm sharing with someone, when it comes to the opportunity to share in the big group, I have to share the other person's answers. This forces the pairs to really listen to one another and generally keeps the discussion quite focused because they're very conscious that they have to report back. The other thing is to put time limits on everything and let them know. So if it's a fairly simple question and you don't need a lot of discussion, tell them you're going to have 1 minute to think, 1 minute to pair, and then we're going to share in the whole group. So time limits, clear questions, and make sure they're sharing the other person's objectives, and it should be a successful strategy for you to use.
George, Grace's oldest brother, spoke up. "But if Lincoln's elected, our country will be split in two." Her brother Stephen shook his head. "How's it fair for one man to own another?" "It isn't," Grace said. "People are mean to slaves. I know about it from a book. If I could, I'd vote for Mr. Lincoln." "It's a good thing girls can't vote," said Levant. Grace pushed back her chair and ran out. Now I want you to think about what Grace and her brothers were debating about. First of all, what is a debate? We talked about this word yesterday. It's an argument. It's sometimes when you talk to someone else and you think one way and the other person might think the other way, and you're trying to make your point about what you think. Okay? So I want you to think about what people's opinions were about slavery. Not everybody felt the same about slavery at that time. Do you remember we talked yesterday about how some people thought slavery was wrong? Other people didn't feel the same way. So I want you to turn and talk to your partner about how people felt about slavery. What were the different opinions about slavery during that time?
I think she knows some black people just wanted to have slavery and not have it. So how come they didn't want to? How come they not?
Okay, can I have one person tell me what their partner said about the different opinions about slavery? Eric.
Alfie thinks it's fine, but slavery is fine.
Alfie thinks that slavery is fine? Is that what Alfie said?
Not exactly. I kind of think the South people think it's fine, and the North people don't think it's fine.
Okay.